Hello, it's Universal Monster. Gonna do shit for an hour. As my water bottle. Okay, so I've done some game dev in between times and stuff. So with the board thing, like here's what I got. We got like a small little main menu thing. New game. Up here we have like a portal thing, and when you click on it, you have these three boxes. This is like some type of menu, and it's supposed to store, like, you're supposed to, what I'm thinking is like there'd be 3 different boards available that you can have at a time or something, and I want these boxes to like have a preview image of them and information down below it. But so far, oh, and there's an X button that does nothing. It doesn't close the menu. But yeah, so when you click on first square, currently it takes away the overworld, which you can't really tell, and it loads the board thing, which currently have to manually press space to make a board. And so I also have it to where it saves some of the board information in JSON into a text file, and right here, board piece, it has a button over it currently because it's just to allow me to manually save that, but it's supposed to like save whenever you get to the end of a board that doesn't loop, and we can't do that since we got a board that loops here. But yeah, so the next thing, I didn't even start the fucking timer. Whoops. Anyway, so the next thing to do would be to make it where when I press that board menu button thing, that it'll check to see if we have a loaded board or whatever, and load that information. So I guess when it's pressed, change the board state to board, and I guess if should probably maybe have it as like an onReady variable. Yeah, so thank goodness this is not showing up. Test, right? I can just go in here, so saves test. Excuse me, it has stuff in there. Copy path. I'm gonna have to go to file. File exists. String path. Okay. No, it's the wrong one. Where are we going? Yeah, there. So if file exists / board1.txt, then do something. I'm going to turn my lamp on real quick. So I can see what I'm typing. All right. So, actually, yeah, it should add the board instance. I need to set stuff up in a way where this logic can do whatever I want it to. I think what I need to do is be like var a equals mainboard.instance, so that add child a, and then if file exists pass, because I want it to a dot function. I want it to run a function where it'll recreate the board that we have saved. I'm gonna play it right now, just make sure that add child a works. And apparently it doesn't. Wait, what? Non-existent function file exists in base button. How do I do that again then? Should have settings that deals with files and stuff. Is that literally just what I have to do, is be like file new and then close the file? Okay, I guess we're doing var file check equals file dot new so wait, is it dot if file exists? Yeah. Oh, I think that's what it's saying. So it'd be file check dot file exists. Then file exists close, right? I guess I'll have it print file question mark? Alright, new game. It didn't print file question mark. Yet for some reason it didn't give an error either. That's probably gonna bite me in the butt, huh? Board1.text. Oh, that's why. It's not board1.text, it's board1.json. Alright. JSON. I guess I can just refresh it right now. There we go, file, question mark. Now, what I think I'm going to try to do is, I want it to be evident on the video by being able to save a board that isn't a loop. Well, I guess I could still do loop and just make the loop. It's just, I want it to have an end so that I could just move the piece over to the end, and once the board ends, it'll go back to the overworld or whatever. And I'd show that off, but I don't need to. So I'm just gonna do that, save this board. It's a little bit straightforward, though it looks like there's a question mark at the end. Anyway, so how am I going to do this? Basically we'd have to go to board con, and so board recreate. We already have a function. I already have a function. So wait, where the frick am I? Board preview button. So it's going to be a dot board recreate, and board piece preview would be in the overworld one. Print Taco Bell. And I don't have to play it right now. But let me see. So what I want to do is I'm trying to think of the order. What would be the order? It'd be like, it'd be similar to creating this thing, like creating a board from scratch. That was my water bottle. Please set hidden, true, only run if timer is at 0. I'm not I don't know if I should have it like load the board like it normally does, like one thing at a time. But I guess we can just copy and paste Clear game of any squares. Wait, what? Only run if timer's at 0. Alright, so that's basically that's just for pressing space. Clear the game of any spares. Clear arrays, making the board. Here we go. Board path equals nothing. Which, that's what we did, right? Set where we want starting cell to occur. So with current, I'm gonna just copy, and then using this for board node. All right. I'll need that for attempts. I think I can just copy all of this. I'll copy all of it and then go through it. We'll need the else, but it's going to be in here. It's going to be in here, so let me just go incrementally, I guess. That'd probably be better for my brain than just paste a whole bunch of code, maybe. Set where the current cell is going to be. So var current will be the starting cell. Oh boy. We don't need this. So we have to actually load the data. We'd actually have to load the data. Right, we'd have to load the data back into a game. So if we go back to this, this is going to be a lot tougher than I thought. So I have this saving script, which is supposed to, like, when you save your game, it's supposed to save like everything. But if I'm going to save only part of it, and then I'm going to have to learn how to load only part of it. Save name, and then saying save path to I'm gonna have to change this for when things get more dynamic, but currently save name is name of save we're loading, obviously. And then that's the save path. File path. Copy. Now I can put it here. Try to load, save file. File doesn't exist, return. Parsed file data if it exists. Okay. It's been a long time. Attribute size, attribute hidden, else set attribute, which would be the variables. And the variables that are saved, go in here, is the available cells. We don't need game state actually. Actually, the nodes themselves are like keys or something. So I don't need specify. But still gonna change the board state or something, even though we have it, same thing. Yeah, so we have available cells, big thing, the board path, which is very important. Occupied cells, I guess that's going to be very important. Man, how many? There's like 225 squares. That's nuts. That can't be right. Yeah, it goes 143 to 179. Oh, that's gonna fuck me up. No. That's gonna really fuck me up. Oh boy. It doesn't like it's through the attempts, so it erased like 30 of them or whatever, and then started again. So I don't actually need to save occupied cells, which would be the node names, basically the node file paths or some shit, tree paths, the paths to the tree, and then board piece position, which is going to be 0 or whatever. All right, it's gonna screw with my head, but okay, so load game, save name. So with this preview thing, board con, player piece. So setting, save, game, board 1. You basically got to change it to load game, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to just show it off. It's probably not that big a deal, but before I put it into here, I'm going to play the project. New game. Taco Bell. So printed. Alright, so at the start, let's see. I was supposed to put on Godot and take off the monitor so that it would be easier to see the code. Whoops. Anyway, so board con inspector. And you can't see it because the Godot. So the timer is kind of in the way too, but let's see. So let me see here. Available cells is 540. Board path has 0 in it. Occupied cells have 0 in it. So now, when we paste this in, it adds the board instance to it before it does this. So it should be the same, like names and stuff. Load game. Now that should change the things and not crash Godot, though it just might. Okay, so when we're over here, board path is 82. Cell neighbor, no, we don't care about that. Available cells is 370, and occupied cells is 82 as well. So okay, so I assume that means that the data loaded correctly. Yay! We can now go from there. All right. Now board recreate. Make the board. So what we'd need is the board path. Current equals board path index 0. Except the position needs to be set to world, doesn't it? Like, do we do that? Make the board. Current equals available cells. Randomize the cells. Var H is map to world current. Okay, so and then var I thing instance and add child, set its position, and then I start loop begin. Make it, oh yeah, make it get the starting square sprite. Available cells erase. We don't need that. Yeah. Instance, this should probably be in a while loop. Well, not yet. When it makes the rest of the board, it should be in a while loop or something. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. This is good. Then what? Actually, we can probably check it out right now. That's something else. So board path, the first, oops, I'll have it on monitor. Well, the JSON file says board path, the first one is 19.0. So it should be, should start around the left side near the bottom. So new game and fuck. Invalid type and function map to world in base tile map. Can't convert one argument from string to vector. Can't convert string from vector. So I literally, so is it, okay, vector to but still string. It's still a string. It's not numbers. It needs integers. How'd I do it before? Or how do I do the movement player piece on tween? I just have it as map to world, board path, and then the index. Really? So what that mean? What does that mean? BoardCon. Wait, what? Wait, a string? There are two numbers. Isn't board path a vector too? Oh my god. I gotta save them as a vector. I gotta load the information as a vector too, right? Instead of a string. Because when I load it, it just loads as the string of 19.0. So I have a different problem now. I think that's a precaution I'm gonna have to take or something. It'd be, let me see the settings first for loading. Okay. So attribute. If attribute equals text, then set text. If node get name. If attribute equals texture, which would be the key and not the value. But the key, let me see the JSON. The key is occupy cells or occu cells, and the value is the values that were in the array. So I think I can just make a board path thing instead. Else if attribute, I'm just going to have to need like unique names or whatever. Board path then how the heck am I going to do this? Wait a minute. Yeah, set scale is an option, or set pos does vector too, but it's not an array of like several vector 2s. Because it counts, like all of this counts as one value, right? But it's an array. So would the game tell that it's an array and be like, yo, so if it can tell that it's an array, then do we need a for loop or a while loop? I can probably rig a while loop, I think. But all right, let me see that JSON again. Yes. Okay, so the whole array itself isn't a string. It's just an array that has several strings in it. That's how the JSON saves it. Which is kind of good. Good to know. Good to frickin' know. So, while I got a variable index var size equals would attribute.size even work? It'd be node. No. Data node path. For node path and data keys. Data at keys. Node equals node path. And then attribute for attribute in the data of this. So I assume I'm trying to wrap my head around it so I can easily just understand stuff. Maybe this would be easier to understand. So the node, which would be the node path up here, which is the key in our data, which is the whole data is like the whole file. Node path is the key we're dealing with, which would be the node itself, which would be the board controller. And then from there, because it saves in an array or whatever of different things, so attribute in the node. So the key in the node is the attribute. So what this is saying is for this attribute, which would be board path, okay, I'm looking at a bunch of different things right now. Hidden. If attribute is hidden, then if the key is hidden, then for the node we set hidden to data, the node we're dealing with, the node's key. So that's how we set up, right? That's what this is. We set the attribute, which would be board path, to this. So I can just copy this and be like dot size. the size of the array board path. All right, so I think I've got it down in a basic sort of way to where I can be like while size that should be the size of the thing, and then var num equals 0, I guess. So now while the number is less than size, that's bigger than numbskull. When num is less than size, then node. All right, I need some comments here. Array of tile map coordinates for board making. So num plus equals 1, so it doesn't do that stupid thing, the stupid like goes on forever thing. It crashes. So node dot, I don't know if I can do this, attribute dot append, because it's, if we just create it or just loaded it, then it's going to have nothing in it, right? I really hope like it's going to have nothing in it now, but like I hope doing stuff like not planning for that isn't going to bite me later. Append this value in there. Actually, no, because it's a string, so we gotta so we literally gotta do this. A vector 2. But instead of size, it has to be board path. Or we could just have it as attribute, right? Like literally the attribute we're going for. I don't think it'd make it any shorter. Bam. Bam. Okay, so I'm going to, oh boy. Here goes everything. Invalid get index attribute on base sprite. Invalid get index attribute. Really? All right, let's try it the R way, I guess. Even though it should literally be the same thing. Board path. It should literally be the same thing because attribute equals board path, the string. Wait, what? I misinterpreted what it meant. Node.attribute. It's supposed to be the value. Actually, I wonder, can I just set the whole array? I have to make each thing is a string. That's why I wasn't doing it. So I have to save each individual one as a vector too. Node.attribute. Is it just get attribute so that it'll get the board path? I wonder, does that work? I guess it works. Invalid get index x on base array. Let me see the thing again. Okay, I think in our games when I saved size, I saved an X and a Y. But for this, it's different. Like, how am I going to get past this? I'm gonna pause and think about it. Okay, so So I went to another game project and seen how I saved it for size. So I saved the X as an integer and then Y as an integer. So I assume that in order to get to go like how I want it to, I'm going to have to change how I save the board path. If I save it, then it's an array. So should be vector, but it does save it as okay, apparently I gotta pause again. Okay, so what I've done, I have this so that hopefully what it'll do is it'll create an array that will turn all of the board path, like each one, into a string that says that has vector 2 plus whatever, you know, the string of each index, and then I can save board path as this ABP, which is the converted version, and then hopefully in the settings, I'm going to turn this back on, I can have it where it's no, like, each one will be a string that says vector 2 and have numbers. So I think, how do I change this now? I think is there a way to convert it back to vector? Or do I really have to be like, I guess it's worth a shot anyway. Get string property. Yeah, so I assume what we do is we get the string property. So the string property would be this, basically. And hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. it didn't give me a problem yet. Oh, invalid type in function get in base node settings cannot convert argument 1 from array to string. Cannot convert argument 1 from array to string. Can't convert it to string. Oh, yeah. So the index in the array of the board path attribute, so which would be number, right? And so it would be the value index blah de blah. Invalid call non-existent vector 2 constructor. Non-existent vector 2 constructor. What? Wait. Oh. What? All right. Let me go live scene tree. Board con. You can still see it, right? Yeah, I have modder on. Board path. Type nil. Really? So it didn't actually work. It didn't actually work. Let me print okay, so if I do this, then it'll just print it'll print nothing, won't it? Yeah, it just prints nothing. All right. Invalid index 82. Okay. Okay, so it didn't print anything. All right, I guess I would just have to let me see if I can, I think maybe change it back. Oh wait. I'm a little bit of an idiot because I haven't saved over this yet. So it's trying to make a vector out of something that isn't a vector. So, or isn't in the, like, it hasn't saved this yet. So I guess I have, yeah. I can try one more time. Come on, let me, notepad, open notepad, just to back up my stuff. Just in case this goes wrong. Why is that pasted weird? Okay. Might help if I turn Word. Okay, that's even worse, or whatever. Kind of makes sense. Anyway, let's try to not print this, and let's try vector 2 and then get the number thing. Or should I, like, I don't know if convert to integer would work, because it'd probably try and convert it to one integer, right? It'd probably try to convert the coordinates to as one integer, one invalid call non-existent vector 2 constructor. Non-existent vector 2 constructor. Okay, yeah. So that's the thing. The reason why we did it with size is because we have to get literally just one number for the x and one number for the y. And literally don't tell me I can just do this. Vector 2 plus, because it's already a string. It's already a string, so I can just add the string vector 2. Invalid index. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's all right. This print is being dumb, but because the other thing hasn't, yeah. My brain is deteriorating now. Non-existent vector 2 wait. We're in a different part now. So board path. They're all still type nil. Well, yeah. Wasn't that literally what I was trying to do though? Like, literally in save, I was just trying to make it a string. So that's probably not going to work. I'm probably just going to have to do tedious conversion stuff. just a workaround or something. Like somehow separate string into just numbers, convert just numbers, and then use those numbers as a vector too. It's probably what I'm going to have to do. Unfortunately, this is the end of the time, so I don't know if I'm going to upload this video. I didn't get the thing that I wanted to do. Should I redo it? No. You can't tell me what actually, I don't know. Maybe I can even if I hadn't accomplished my thing or whatever, I could just upload my video as like an accurate representation of like what game devs have to do with like real time and stuff. So yeah, I guess I'll do that. So thanks for watching. I'm probably like the next game dev of this I'll probably have it working, and I might show it off. We'll see. We'll see if I deem it as rewarding enough to do that. All right. Whoa. Anyway, yeah, so you can leave comments below if you want to talk about anything that happened in the video. I appreciate comments. If you want to throw a couple bucks my way, I don't know if I'd want to, but the option's there. I have a Ko-fi link in the description. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.